Greetings, greetings. Welcome to So Much to Talk About. My name is Nabaté Isles, and once again, we have a very intriguing show with an intriguing guest to my left and your right. This man just fought on HBO last month for the first time in his career, and it'll be the first time of many more times fighting on HBO, and he's the number 7 ranked contender in the middleweight division by the WBA, and he's rising up the charts. And this gentleman, you'll be knowing this name within the next couple of years for sure. Mr. Pete Quillin, aka Kid Chocolate. How are you?
Chocolate, man. Thank you for having me on, man. I'm very fortunate to be here.
Thank you.
Showing love and blessings to you. I hope I can get. You can get out what you have me here for.
Yes, indeed, sir. And I know you're very outspoken and you speak the truth for sure about your craft and about what's going on in the world of boxing. So, Kid Chocolate, your father was Cuban. And he named you after,
Yeah, I got the name, Kid Chocolate from the original Kid Chocolate that come from Havana, Cuba. I kept the name alive. You always hear about the greats like Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, but, I had to, bring up what my heritage is close to, by having Kid Chocolate it's a big privilege to carry on that name for so many years.
Wow. And talk about, have you seen tapes of Kid Chocolate and everything? Yeah.
I'm fortunate to got a poster signed by Kid Chocolate. For my birthday, and then the next birthday I got a CD with 3 different his fights and everything like that. So as a guy, I read all the stories. Actually, when my last fight, when I fought on the card of James Kirkland and Angulo, marked the 770-year anniversary of when the original Kid Chocolate fought on the same day.
That's something else.
Yeah, so I'm blessed to have that name, man.
Wow, amazing.
You know what else is crazy?
Oh, what?
Because you just gave me my ranking, number 7 with the
WBA.
But I'm actually considered the number 1 best middleweight in this country, U.S.
Oh, so, nice. Yes, indeed. And that will give you those opportunities because, we're looking for that next American star.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And now, you were born in Chicago, raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yes.
Of course, we already know who's from Grand Rapids as well.
You got Floyd Mayweather, so of course, when I go out there, I have to perform at my top and the highest of my levels. Be able to say, I'm from the same city as the pound for pound, one of the best out there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just very fortunate.
Absolutely, wow. And I wanted to talk about your fight on November 5th, I believe, against Craig McEwen, and you knocked him out in 5 rounds.
Yeah, but
6 rounds.
They kind of robbed everybody. I believe 3 people got robbed in that fight. You got me who got robbed, you got Craig McEwen who got robbed, and you got the fans who got robbed. And by me saying that, I got robbed of a great knockout. Craig got robbed of actually coming back and making it an interesting fight, or maybe coming back, who knows what he could have did. But the fans also got robbed from seeing what they wanted to see coming out the fight by the fight being stopped too early.
Wow, yeah, and that's the thing, and especially down in Mexico, and do you remember who the referee was in that fight?
I don't even know.
Was he an American or?
He was a Mexican.
Oh, okay.
But you look at that, and people forgot about my fight. By the next fight after Angulo versus Kirkland came on, some people say, they stopped yours too short, and they let that one go on
too long.
So,
right.
I guess you don't win for losing.
Wow, and talk about that fight. And did you get to see that fight at all?
Yes, actually, I'm very fortunate to be part of a card that was so great. Can be hands down one of the best fights of this year. You know what I'm saying? People got a lot out of that fight, and I believe I did too. And I'm glad that I actually had the time to even go out there and prepare and be ready for a fight November 5th and fight on the card like that.
Wow, and Kirkland showed. Everyone doubted Kirkland, thinking that when he got knocked down after 30 seconds, they were thinking, but I knew with Ann Wolf there, just the way she trained him, going through hell and back, that type of training method. And talk about boxing. That's the thing. Boxing, you're responsible for everything. You're responsible because it's not a team sport where someone else could pick you up if you fumble the ball or if you give up 3 home runs in an inning, something like that. Your teammates could pick you up. But in boxing, talk about that discipline, that determination, and the responsibility that you have, not just to yourself, but the people you represent.
You ready? Look right in the camera for this one. Boxing is just not a sport. Boxing is a lifestyle for some of us. We live this every day. So whatever you do outside the ring can affect you inside of the ring. So I make sure that when I go in and prepare for a fight, I'm putting my all, putting my heart, I'm putting all the blood, I'm putting all the sweat into my training, because I know once you go out there to perform in a fight, that. It's nothing like a sport that you ever seen, and that's why boxing is such a great thing. It's a great sport because of the things that boxers stand for. And what else can you say when you look across the ring and you see a guy looking at you and he's looking at you, and you looking at each other and you just thinking like, whatever I do to him, he more than likely can do to me. And right there, that's what makes boxing such a great thing.
Wow. Steve, that's right. Never underestimate it.
Man, that's why I don't. You know what I mean? And I like to train people that never did it before, because just by the training aspect, they go, oh man, I never thought boxing was, if it was such an easy thing to do, guess what? We have more people doing it.
Absolutely, that's for sure, and more people that when they do it for the first time have no problem.
Yeah, they have no problem with it. Right. That somebody was like, Pete, you know what you can do? You can teach people how to box all day, but one thing you can't teach them is how to take a punch.
That's right.
There you go. Right. That's what separates a lot of us right there. You know,
even when you see it coming, man. You know.
Like, you never know. As you can see, it happened in Kirkland there when he sat down. He got back up and he came and won a fight, and I think that's what make a champion.
Wow. Now I have to ask you, Kirkland's at 154, you're 160. Like, would that be a possibility, man? Because you're both promoted by Golden Boy.
Yes. I think by all means, right now I'm 160 pounds, and I feel like nobody can touch me at 160 pounds. And I may be just speaking cocky, but I'm just speaking out of confidence. This is how I believe, and this is what I work so hard to do. If you sat around and you thought about beating mediocre people all day, then you'll be champion of the mediocre people. But I want to be champion of the best, and I want to go out there and fight and perform the best. And I don't take away anything from any fighter out there. I give them all respect. By all means, when I step in there in the ring, I'm looking to win. That's all I know how to do.
Yes, indeed, and by any means necessary.
Yeah, without getting with a low blow.
That's right.
Don't hit me with a low blow.
Right. Or a headlock or something.
All kind of stuff. Don't let a guy come in on a parachute into the ring.
That's right, the fan man. Fan man.
They beat him up though.
Yeah, and he died. He died last year. He passed away.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot his real name too. I forgot his real name.
They was beating him up.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe he seen Duba like sticking off on him.
That's right.
Some good people, man.
And that's the thing, Riddick Bowe, I had the honor to have him on my show, and I remember mentioning him. Like every fight you were involved in, it seemed like something was going on.
That's what happened. Let me tell you something. That's what happens in boxing. Only boxing can. You remember when Prince Nassim fought?
Kevin
Antonio,
Kelly.
No, he fought Antonio Barrera.
Oh, Marco Antonio
We
Barrera,
thought
yeah.
Prince was gonna totally demolish and wipe this dude up.
Well, I didn't think so, but
but he didn't. But you know what? People said, why did he lose? You know why? He didn't do his backflip.
That's right. He came in tame to the ring, actually. Seriously.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't do a backflip. It's funny.
I think he had a feeling that it wasn't a good matchup for him.
You already know. You know what I'm saying? That was a real deal fight, and I think that's what makes boxing. With those kind of performances and those kind of those matchups.
Wow. Well, and speaking of boxing, how did you get into it? Because I noticed that you only had 8 amateur fights too. Yeah. So talk about what age you got into and how.
I got about like 15 amateur.
Okay.
Oh, 15. But tell you what happened. I was a street dude who really found boxing just through another friend. Went to a gym and was like, oh, I like this. And I was going in there and I took some time off and came back in there right before I turned 17. It was Michigan versus Ontario, Canada, and I entered there. I fought a dude with the same name as me, and I beat the guy. Just off of straight jabs and right hands. Just
with same birth name or Kid Chocolate?
No, just Peter.
Oh, Peter. Okay.
Peter.
Oh, Peter. Okay. I was about to say that.
I was going by Peter before then, but I just stuck with it, and then it just became my part of my life ever since then. I never was, involved with other sports growing up and everything, but when I found boxing, it was like something totally different. That, like I said, that if it was an easy thing to do, then we had a lot more people doing it. And since it's not, and I was lucky to be one of the few that stuck with it. And now, look, I'm 26-0 right now with 20 knockouts, and I can't say that came easy.